Today's video is sponsored by MinerPool.pro. MinerPool.pro is excited to announce the launch of their weekly Flux reward campaign for GPU miners worldwide. Every Thursday, MinerPool will be giving away 50 Flux to 20 active miners on their Flux pool. 50 Flux times 20 miners equals a total of 1,000 Flux every week, given away to miners just like you and me. Make sure you join flux.minerpool.pro and mine to get a chance of being one of those 20 lucky miners.
What's going on, guys? So it has been over about a year and a half since I started my basement project, and I was updating you guys a ton along the way, and then I realized just this morning that, man, I haven't updated you guys in over 6 months on the progress of our basement. Now, let's tie this into crypto. So if you guys go back to the start of my channel, you'll actually see that a lot of my videos and even the crypto mining basement videos, I was in this very basement that I've been doing my videos in, and it was a unfinished basement. And over the last year and a half, I actually started it quite a ways through COVID. I started renovating it myself. And listen, I'm not a handyman, I'm not chump change, I am not that inclined, and I'm not that talented, to be honest with you. And it was definitely a huge learning process for me. I mean, we started out the basement. In my videos, you'll see them, guys. Go back to some of my original, I'd say look at my original like 50 videos, and you'll see it's a unfinished basement. And then I went through the process of putting in the studs and doing all the electrical and learning that myself, which that was just crazy to do, especially doing like the 30 amp 240 volt, doing all the drywall, doing all the flooring and the ceiling, and oh my word, it was crazy. And man, my crypto mining part of my basement, which I'll show that to you guys here in a few minutes. Oh my gosh, that was such a mess if you go back into my videos. I mean, I spent so much money in that room and wasted so much money in that room. Oh, so many regrets. We'll talk about that towards the end and things I would have done differently. But I thought, heck, let's give you guys an update. It's almost done. I would say the basement is 95% completed at this point in time. Maybe it'll never be completed, who knows, but there's still lots to be done. So I thought, hey, let's go ahead and just vlog it up today, walk around, do an MTV crib style, and show you guys the progress that we've made on the crypto mining basement that is now just my basement. All right, so I thought I'd start out here. It's super echoey in this corner. I'm sorry, but I thought this would give you guys the best view. So we do have the top of the steps here. We have like an old style lantern light. It's not that yellow. I don't know why it's coming up that yellow on the video, but here's the steps. We went ahead, drywalled, painted down the steps. We did risers and also treads and caps. So look, came out really good. I really like the way the steps turned out. We completely redid this entire banister, ripped out what was in here, put in an entirely new banister. This entire wall here actually came down to meet up for the drop ceiling. We wanted to put something in for the drop ceiling to meet up with. So we actually extended the wall down quite a bit to come down to this level here. There's just one recessed light there and nothing yet. I think we're gonna do like shiplap on this wall, but I'm not really sure. So here's the steps that we're standing on here, a little landing with some caps and treads going down the steps. And we got a little chair there. This is where my office is. We put in this, this is so heavy, this barn door that you guys see here. It's actually a fire rated barn door, which is pretty sweet. And we got this cool like cast iron look handle, which is nice. And we put this entire, it actually worked out well. So inside the wall, we actually reinforced it to support this massive piece of wood here. It's actually oak. And we went with oak in order for the fact that it is super sturdy and hard, so that it would work out well for what we're doing with all the weight that we have on it. We installed that track. The track was super cool to go ahead and install, that you guys can see there. We'll show you guys the office in just a minute. My mother-in-law's been staying with us off and on, so that's why she has some stuff in here for storage. I am gonna be putting in this railing going down. We actually went with like this cast iron pipe look. There's a smaller one inside that box. I'm gonna be putting that on the wall. We don't have one, so I'm gonna be putting that on the wall here shortly, which will be nice. So let's walk into this room here, give you guys a quick tour, and then we'll talk more about stuff that we have going on. All right, back door. This is what you guys see in some of my videos when I walk out back there. I did put in, I'll show you guys real quick. It's a fingerprint door, so the handle itself.
Unlocked.
So for my kids coming in and out, so it's locked at all times, but for my kids coming in and out, I was having an issue where they were leaving that door unlocked. So I put that in place. They use their finger, they come in and out. It works awesome. So we did have these steps. We got these all taken care of. These were a mess, and we actually had some additional trim put in here. Oh my gosh, this was a mess too. This door, I don't know. This door, like, I feel like the previous owners put it in. It was a mess all around it with insulation and the way it was sealed. So it took so much work to clean this up to make it look nicer. We did put the blinds in place. As I said, my mother-in-law does stay down here sometimes when she comes over. And so we put blinds in place here and on the other window there, which worked out nicely. A little door stop here because my kids kept slamming the door open and messing up the drywall. This is a sub pump room in here. Nothing too crazy, a bunch of Christmas gifts and stuff just for storage. I do need to go ahead and put a draft seal under here. We get there's a pretty decent amount of draft you get underneath of here because it's the bare concrete with the sub pump in there. Wired up electrical all the way around that you guys can see. We actually put the electrical up here at a higher height because originally we were going to put a countertop over here and do like a kind of cabinets and stuff like that. We changed our mind. Some workout stuff that's down here with my wife's little Pokemon bin and my kids. We do have a treadmill here. This wall pretty opened up. My office is on the other side. Drop ceiling. I did all the lighting myself. I did not do the drop ceiling. I can't take credit. I had someone come in and do that. I did do all the lighting. That was actually pretty easy. These all daisy chained together. I also did the HVAC here to bring some air, cool or hot air into this room as my ductwork, my supply is right here. Couch, as you guys can see, it does pull out to be a bed. That worked out awesome. Floor, my wife picked this all out. I am not that fashionable and trendy. We did go ahead and do the TV here. It's a 55-inch TV. You can see me in the TV there. Did put a sound bar in. This is an LG sound bar. Worked out awesome. Wires right up into the TV. Behind the TV, we do have, if you guys can see it, I wired up Ethernet as well as power. And I put a run in the wall for HDMI. There's two HDMI cables that come down, go into the cabinet here for my son's switch. And then there's an extra HDMI if we ever need it. Soundbar is awesome. It has been amazing, and it hooks up to a wireless base. This has been really sweet. I think it runs like 200 bucks, a little less, I'm not sure, but those are really, really sweet. I'm really happy with that. And we got the TV on a Black Friday deal, 55 bucks. I'm sorry, 55 bucks, 55 inches. Windowsill here. This is the window that I notoriously, early on in my first year of YouTube, I would go ahead and actually blur out myself as I pass back and forth, try not to dox myself. Now I don't really care, right? We just go ahead and show you guys. I do have a little thermostat here to show the temperature in the shed. So it's 52 on the exhaust side of the shed, and then in the basement at this windowsill, granted it's a little cooler by the windowsill here, it's 64 right now, which works out nicely. So taking a look over here, we do have these big massive doors. So these are 4 folding doors. I'll show you guys real quick, and this is for utilities back in here. So take a look. These doors, these turned out pretty sweet. They all go together. I do need to put handles on these, but take a look. So they all stack together, which works out really, really nicely. I do have a fridge in here, some alcohol and stuff up there, hot water heater, some storage there, have a dehumidifier, and our furnace. These worked out awesome. So they're actually on 4 separate tracks down here that you guys can see. We didn't want to drywall the whole thing in just in case we ever have to get to our furnace or our hot water heater. So we thought of this idea of like these doors, and it worked out awesome. In here, I do have some storage for crypto mining stuff. You can see cleaning items, Velcro, rubber bands, a little bit of stuff in the top one, miscellaneous small items like a scale, some adapters in here. Look, I even got the chump change, like the 3D clips that I used to make in there. PC peripherals, bunch of power cables, display cables, GPU risers, USB cables, This whole drawer is risers. It's ridiculous. After cleaning up all my rigs, going to like server cases and stuff, PCI cables, that whole drawer is filled with PCI cables and splitters, and then random rig parts, got some breakout boards, some adapters, stuff like that. Got a bunch of these. I'm going to do a future video on these. AC Infinity. These are wireless, not Bluetooth, but the new wireless controllers. So you can control your AC Infinity fans via wireless, which is pretty sweet. Some other goodies in there, which will be really, really nice. Up top here, there is my modem coming in. You can kind of see it. The modem comes into the house there, goes in to, I do the Google Mesh, and then from there goes into a switch. The switch feeds out to the garage and the shed, and then it also feeds my mining room. I then have that down, and coming into my basement, I wired these up. Two different 15 amp, just to label them, 15 amp power to my office and mining room, and 15 amp power to the basement open area. One regret I have is that I didn't do a 20 amp and did a 15 amp. I really regret that now because I'm really limited to about 1,440 watts to this room in here, which really sucks after I'm all said and done. Like if I want to put a space heater or something in here or whatever, it's just a pain there. But yeah, so that's our crypto mining side of this basement. Not really much crypto mining on this side. I used to have actually two of the gold shell minis out here that were heating the room a little bit. I have something on the way that'll do a better job of heating this room. I'll show you that to you guys in a future video. All right, cool. On this wall there was a family canvas, but I took it down just for privacy and security reasons. But let's take a look inside here. Oh yeah. All right, so this room still definitely needs a lot of work. My desk, as you guys have seen here, this is where I work every day. I don't do crypto mining full time. I have a full-time job, so I work right here out of this room. This is where I record everything. This is where I work. This is where I post my tweets, comments back to you guys. I also have a laptop there as well. And this has been a blessing. This is actually a standing desk. Some of you guys may have seen that, so you just hold down the M, and I do have it set to my height. And there's actually a fatigue mat right here. Got our dog's bed hanging underneath here, and this has been really nice. When you're working full-time all the time, like in a computer setting, I'll stand for 5 hours a day and stuff like that some days at this height. Definitely works out really, really well. Hanging out right here, chatting with you guys. Got Spider-Man in the background. I just like it because it looked cool. All right, so let's put our chair back. Look at that, we got our Bitcoin pillow. I put that on my back to force me to sit upright. This is actually from 𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐾 if you guys want to go get yourself one. Behind us here, so I'll tell you, this is just a folding table that I got this like fancy show black cover off of because I'm in meetings and when I'm recording and stuff like that. Got a variety of goodies up here. Here is our S19J Pro with my little Bitcoin cannon setup. The shroud sitting there. We have that inside. I don't have that sitting in the shed because it's not running right now. Here is my L3 with the Noctua fans that I just did in a video earlier this week. We also have this gold shell. This is the Pro, and this is just a regular Doge gold shell, but those are just down here to put some heat in this room. It's a little drafty in the basement. All said and done. Laptop with the sticker. That is the gnome that I made. If you guys saw that, I did my first like clay painting or whatever, and did a gnome that turned out nicely. Little Mad Electron. This is from my first 4070 that died. Mad Electron went ahead and put it in that material, so kudos to him. I do have a humidifier down here just to keep it from getting that humidity to drop so much, because then you keep shocking everything. I hate to mess up some of my electronics and stuff like that. So on this wall, my long-term plans, if you guys are curious, I want to turn this into shelving and like cubes for storage, but I want to put a countertop here to match what I have here. This is actually from IKEA. I just got this is literally like a kitchen butcher block from IKEA, and then I got the standing desk from Monoprice and just screwed this right into here. I want to put something like that over here. That's why I put the jacks where they were and also the power where they are. and so that I can have a workbench here, and then I want to have storage underneath of it and storage up above it. I want to make this whole wall storage with a workbench right here back behind me. So who knows how long it'll take. All comes down to, you know, having that extra money. Right now in the crypto bear market, cash is not fruitful like it used to be, so I just need to be a little smarter. In here we have our crypto mining room, so I'll show that to you guys now. All right, so let's head in here. It is pretty full of stuff, so we'll try to go through it all, but I'll back up to show the whole room here. Real small door. I did just put this kind of draft seal on the bottom to help out because this room is cold. I mean, here it's 70, right? You can see right there. This room, it's 59, it looks like. Trying to look at my, yeah, 59. So it's 59 in this room. I do have air coming in. I'll show you guys. So like the vent up there, you can see there's number 2 on it. That just connects to what of the controllers. Number 2 there. So there's a vent up there exhausting, a vent up here exhausting. Number 4, it's all on one. See, look, there's the controller back there, number 4. There's another one there. So I have those 2 exhausting. That's another exhaust up there. There's, let's see, I got you guys, there's one there. That's another exhaust there. And then I have intakes. Let's look back here. There's an intake, which is bringing in cold air from outside there. There's another one down there. So all of these are on like the speed of 1. Let's walk over here. It's really full, and then I'll give you guys a little tour. Cool, so everything's on a speed of 1. My intakes, that's an intake right there too. My intakes are on number 1, so anything from like the chest down is an intake. And I gotta keep it on something, because if I don't, then you get like critters and stuff like that. So my intakes are on 1, and then all my exhaust are on 1 as well. So, oh gosh, running into stuff. Let me back out of here real quick, and then we'll kind of show you guys what we have going on. So the only stuff that's on in the room is on this side of the room. So here is the Proliant server that we did the core wallet video on. That has 10 or so VMs that are all off. The server's even off too. I only power it on when I want to access my core wallets. There's about 10 VMs on there. There's a core wallet for each of, there's a VM for each of my core wallets. That's how I keep it secure and separated. If you guys want to see more of a video on that, leave a comment down below, let me know. Next to it, I have an Unraid box, has about 10 terabytes in it. I'm going to be retiring that. I'll show you guys what I'm going to replace it with in a few minutes. Here is a bunch of GPUs. These are all older ones. These are broken ones that don't work. The rest of these are 470s and 580s that I have replaced, or these are all 470s. And then these are 570s, yeah, here. Right here, yeah, all the 470s, there's about 12 of them, have had, all the cards are clean, pad and pasted, ready to go to be put in a rig. The 570s need a lot of work done to them, and then some broken GPUs in here. Down here is my son's rig. We still haven't added another GPU, we just haven't had time, we've been busy. This is his rig. We did a video on this, if you guys are curious on this. He's using the program salad.io. He comes down here and checks it every day. He cashed out at $25, and he went ahead and bought a Nintendo Switch gift card, and then I forget what he bought on the Nintendo Switch. It was some game. I'll just see if I can remember by the end of the video, but he bought a game on the Nintendo Switch. He put in $25. I think the game was like 50 bucks. He used his gift card and went ahead and bought it, so good for him. He's only 9 years old, shows responsibility in spending his own money and saving up. Down below here we have DJ Mine's rig. It is off right now. It's not profitable to run, especially with my electricity rate right now. This is a future project. This is going to replace my Unraid rig. There is 8 of these 8 terabyte hard drives in here, so that gives us 64 terabytes. You can see here we have 8 of those. This is a QNAP NAS unit, but it does have the ability to host VMs. So I'm thinking I have a lot of options I can do with this. I can use this for a flux drive, for the storage aspect of it if I want to. I can run it with like an 𝐿 connection up to this guy here and do some flux nodes on it. I have lots of options, but I am going to retire this guy and move the storage down to here, which will be really, really nice. So right here in the front of us, it's all storage. So you can see I have things labeled GPU risers, brand new ones are in there. There's fans in there, splitters. This is just my handgun bag. My handgun's not in there, it's just my bag for when I go to the range. We have a bunch of power supplies through here, which are really, really nice. Still a huge fan of these super flowers, which are really nice and helpful. We have a ASIC power supply. These are some of those iPolo power supplies. I never use those. Got some more fun stuff here. Meter box, if I need to measure anything. Down here, iFixit kit, some cleaning supplies, alcohol. Here's my Evergreen miner just hanging out and doing its thing. Some motherboards, some more motherboards. We got our t-shirt. Look, I got one that's still in the packaging. Hold on to that, collector's item. And then I have all my supplies down here. So I have each of my thermal pads has their own little cubby here for the different sizes. Power supplies, solid state drives, memory, CPUs, bunch of cables, stickers. When you guys send me stickers, they go in the sticker bin. Thermal paste, all that fun stuff. Got heat sinks down here. Those are fans. What do we got? Meter boxes. Gotta have a label maker. There's my hard drive adapter, additional PCI cables, some camera gear, all that fun stuff down there. Here's all my GPUs in my rigs. They're sitting here ready to go. They need to be cleaned up and taken care of. They've been all pulled out of my shed. If you guys saw my previous videos, I don't have any of my GPU rigs running right now. We got miner dudes, octo miners, polo miners in here. A few different ones there. So yeah, those are all sitting here. My test bench, not testing any GPUs, so we're good there. We have an open air rig there. That's my camera bag for traveling. A bunch of frames from AAA Wave, GPU risers. We have some rigs, open air rigs hanging out. Up here, look, we got some other gold shells. One of those is a star coin and the other one is just a Doge coin. We got some iPolos, and then we got two little mini rigs I want to set up for nodes, as well as this guy. This guy actually has like a 4790 in it. It's like an HP Elite desk. It's actually pretty sweet. Fruit & Associates, those are the adapters for the ASICs. And then we got some more open air frames there. Look, there's that little mini frame hanging out there. We do still have these kind of fire extinguisher balls hanging out. There's one there. There's another one somewhere else in this room. For networking, on the wall, on each of the walls, you do have 4 Ethernet ports on each wall. You can see, look, we do have a meter there. It's a 30 amp 240 volt with a PDU. There's one set up there. There's another one back in here. And there's another one back in there if you guys can see it. So this room is where I started with, and this room was an absolute nightmare. All right, guys, so I rambled on way too long there. I'm sorry, but this was a vloggy style video today. Wanted to give you guys an update on our crypto mining basement, which is more just a basement now, but this is where we do all of our fun crypto stuff, and it's worked out awesome. So if you guys have any questions on anything you saw today, please leave a comment down below. I'll answer them the best I can. If you're like, hey, where can I get this? Where can I get that? Let me know. I'll leave a comment down below. I'll try to get back to you guys and get you guys a direct link to things. Feel free to bash me a little bit. As I said, I'm not a super handyman, so I've kind of learned as I've gone along. A lot of YouTube, a lot of mistakes, a lot of money spent, but yeah, the basement's 98-ish, 95-ish% done here and there. Well, that's it for today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you guys enjoyed this vlog style, give it a thumbs up. I can do more of them if you want. And don't forget to subscribe. Take care.